through the part where I said I call it the tree cemetery. I cannot believe how much higher the water is right now than it was last year. I was through here. Oh, I gotta pay for those. I knew that was gonna happen. Just have to go through this little section here. I think when I turn the corner right up here, you'll be able to see the lake in front opening up. I'm not 100%. Still got tree cemetery here. This is crazy. Wind tunnel! Oh my god! Oh, it's just once the slaughtering. Wow, I just got blasted pretty hard. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to where I want to today. I might have to eat those 5 kilometers and do them tomorrow. I'm not sure if that was just because I was in like the tunnel part there. It's going to be better out in the main part of the lake. I do see white caps ahead, but it's just at the entrance to the lake, so I don't know. I'm going to go to the left. There's actually a campsite there and see how it is. Maybe I'll creep up the left shore and continue on, or maybe I'll just stop at that campsite and head out really early in the morning and make my way when hopefully it's calmer out. I'm having the great debate with myself in the canoe again. When I came onto Willow Island into the main part, the waves were insane. There were white caps, the waves splashed over into the boat all over me. I was like, oh my god. They were really high, maybe a half meter to a meter. But after I got through that, I paddled to the left because there's a campsite on a point there, which I'm sitting in front of right now. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to stop. But now that I've like gotten here, it looks like the left shore of the lake is like, it's not calm, but the waves are way better and it's not as windy. Part of me kind of just wants to go for it, even if I just make it to the island. That's an extra 5 kilometers that I wouldn't have to do tomorrow. Like, I don't know, it could be worse tomorrow, it could be just as good, it could be better. You never know what's going to happen, right? So there's that saying again. But I think if I paddle towards that island, I could make it. Here's the campsite. It's nothing special, it's just a rock with a fire pit and it's all on a slant. The other one at least was nicer at the entrance. But of course I wanted to move further. Always want to go farther. I think I've already decided that I'm going. I'm glad I made the decision to move on so far. It is wavy, but it's not too bad. I'm actually moving along fairly well. I'm not doing 5 kilometers an hour by any means, but I am going a decent speed, I think. 10 after 1. I'm paddling my face off. Still not as hard as the last time I was here. Maybe this is just a windy lake. I don't know. But I just got to a spot where it kind of calmed down a little bit. And if I look around the lake, it looks like it's calmed down everywhere. So I don't know if it's just where I am, but getting closer to the island, and if things keep calming down, I might just keep going. All right, well, the island campsite is right there in front of my bow. And the wind has died down quite a bit. I just took a look at the map, and just after the island, there's like an inlet, and there's a few islands along the way, but the island that I'm looking for, you can access it through like going through the shoreline on the left side in between the shore and the islands. So that might give me a little bit of a break from the wind as well. Well, it's 1:30 and I'm still making my way. I'm behind the kind of behind the shelter of the islands now, but even the main part of the lake looks much calmer. The wind has definitely died down a lot. And so I'm glad that I decided to continue on. I would have probably got half set up with camp, and then the wind would have died down and I would have been like, oh, crap. But part of my thought process was that I was going to stop there and have lunch and wait and see while I'm having lunch if it gets any better. And if so, then I would have just jumped back in the canoe, and if not, then I would have just stayed there. But that didn't happen anyways, so. Just checking out my surroundings, quite beautiful out here. There's lots of trees again, dead trees, and the water sticking up. This one's really interesting. You can see that. Big huge tree just sticking out of the water. There's a bunch over here too. Oh, it's so nice and calm now. It's so nice and calm now. And the sun is out again. There's a bunch of clouds, but it's out now for a bit, I think. So that helps too. I'm so glad I went in behind in these islands because the wind is like super crazy strong back here too. It just picked up again and I'm like struggling, and I'm thinking if I was out on the main part of the lake, I'd probably be getting blown backwards. I'm almost there. I'm getting really close. The wind keeps coming and going. It's been bad this last little bit. I'm almost there, so my hands can use a break. Going around the front of this to see if I can find me a site and if it's nice. If not, then I'm going to go up the Lady Evelyn River and grab one of the other ones because I'm so close now and the water's calmer here, and the water's really narrow on the Lady Evelyn River in that section there. Oh, and I hear a speedboat. So maybe I should just stay where I am. I think the campsite is up on this cliff here. This is really beautiful. Yeah, the boat stopped right behind me. 2 guys in it. These are the people I don't like to see when I'm out here. So this is the campsite. It was on that big rock on the other side. It slopes down to the water, and there's a fire pit there, and definitely will see any type of sunrise, sunset, or anything, I think. So I'm going to scoot up here and check it out. This is so pretty. Look at the rocks here. These are not slippery rocks. Haven't seen too many gray rocks here in Temagami, and so pretty. Water is beautiful, and it's a nice view. I'm gonna just grab my bag quick. I want to flip over the canoe and kind of go up into the campsite just in case that boat comes around. I technically want to hide myself until they go by. I got my man gear on, put my hair back and put my hat on. The fishing boat is on the other side of the island. They're just out in the lake fishing, so I think it's fine. I walked to the other side of the island hoping for a privy, but I wasn't thinking that I was going to find one. And just as I was heading back, I saw this sign. I honestly didn't think there would be one here, but there's a sign. Oh, and there it is. Wow, that's impressive. I did not expect that at all. I don't think anyone's camped here in a while. Look at just the trail to the privy. Look at all the firewood. Just breaking these so I can go by. I'm getting stabbed. There it is, brand new thunderbox. Beautiful. That's awesome. Okay, come collect some firewood out here later. It's a little bit of a hike, but that's okay. At least there is one. It's always nice to see one. Makes me happy. Alright, came back up. There's the boat. I flipped it over. Got a couple of clouds here. I don't know, it was raining for a bit, but it stopped pretty quickly. I'm pretty sure that boat came from the Lady Evelyn River channel, which is where I was going to go up next. But now that I know that boats can go up and down there, I'm much happier here because they come that way. And I'm over here on the other side of this island, so it's kind of a little bit protected and sheltered from that. If that continues today or not, I don't know. I just have to find a flat spot to put my tent. Thought I saw a nice spot for the tent right here. Yep. Not the flattest spot in the world, but it'll do. It's nice and flat right there in the corner, so probably just put it there. And I'm good to go. I'm gonna get set up and looking forward to sitting and relaxing for a bit. Alright, it's 3 o'clock. Got my tent set up, thermarest blown up, pillow, sleeping bag, everything's set up in there. Just have a random few things sitting there. Just found a nice spot here on these rocks with this beautiful view going this way and this way. The guys in the fishing boat are still on the other side. Otherwise I might sit up way up on the rocks here. The sun is back out, which is nice. And I'm just contemplating if I'm gonna have a little tuna wrap or not. I'm thinking I might. I'm really hungry. And I don't know if I can wait 2 hours or whatever till dinner time. So I might make something up. I'm just gonna make my tuna wrap. I have some wild skipjack tuna, mayonnaise, and chives. I've got some mayonnaise packets in there, so I'll use that. And then I have some 2-year-old cheddar left from my lunch. Where I had kielbasa and cheddar and Melba toast and crackers and all that stuff. So I'm gonna put that on there, and I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy this incredible view. Can I just say, oh my God, it's so windy. When the wind gusts come, maybe wind's coming. Hold on, I have my hand over the microphone, so sometimes you can't hear the wind. But it's really strong. And I'm sitting here at the campsite and I'm thinking, is everything like, you know, fastened down or weighted down to make sure that like it doesn't blow away? That's how windy it is. And I'm pretty proud of myself for my little paddling excursion today. I was gonna stop way back on the other end of the lake. I'm so happy I didn't, because now I have, you know, a little bit of a shorter day tomorrow, which is nice. And hopefully I find a nice spot that isn't too cottagey, speedboaty. So this tuna is from Walmart. Rain Coast Global, I think, makes it. It's pretty nice looking. You know, it actually looks like tuna. And you can see the chives in it. I'm gonna squirt a pack of mayo on it. And then I'm gonna put on some 2-year-old cheddar. And it's gonna be yummy. I've had those mayo packets for way too long. I just checked the expiry date randomly. I've never even looked. And it said May 14th, 2020. I was going to eat it anyways because, I mean, it's mayo and it's in those packets and it probably lasts forever. But I thought, I don't really want to get sick out here. So I decided no. So I put the cheddar on there and it's all ready to eat. It looks good. Well, it's 3:45 and I've spent the last little bit battening down the hatches. I had just put all my stuff out. I was sitting up there on the rocks and the sky started getting dark, and then the wind has just picked up a ton. Like it's really, really, really strong. So I flipped over the canoe, brought it up, tied it down, got everything in my tent. Now I had the backpack out because it was really wet. I don't know from what, but maybe my escapades there with the log, I'm not sure. I rinsed my socks out, which I've been doing every night. It's definitely helping because they really smell otherwise. So I rinsed out my socks. I cleaned up a couple of things that I haven't been able to do. And now I'm just gonna sit down, and if the rain comes, all I have to do is grab my chair and my backpack and stick it in there and I'm good. Not that like I'm gonna melt if I get wet, but there's not really any reason to. Oh my gosh, there's blueberries. How is that possible? I guess no wildlife is anywhere around here. Wow. I haven't seen any the whole time I was out. They were out when I was here a month ago. So I just didn't even think that I would see any. There aren't any on any other bushes. There's a whole bunch of blueberry bushes on this site though. I wonder if there's any more. Yeah. They're small and they're not purpley. There's a purple one. Or blue. I don't know. I call them blueberries, but I think they're purple. Very, very, very windy. It's 10 after 6 and I've had a really challenging day. A lot of really hard portages, some heavy paddling and some strong winds, and I am so hungry now. Today I am having something I have been hesitant to try. It is the OTG Meals chicken and dumplings. I've never had chicken and dumplings in my life, so I'm not really sure what to expect. I did take about 1/3 of this meal out and left it at home because Randy made the meals bigger, and they're just a little bit too big for me, and I don't want to have leftover and have to carry it out. So I'm gonna give it a try. I've got it's supposed to be 1.5 cups of water, but I just did 1 because I cut the package in like 1/3 probably, and just gotta take this little guy out and boil the water. I'm gonna dump it in here and we'll see what happens. I love a food bag that stands up for itself. Look at this tree. I just had my sock hanging up here drying, and I'm like, it looks like there's a telephone pole coming out of a tree. The tree is here and it's growing, and it's got a branch, I guess. The main branch is going up the middle, and it has no bark on it whatsoever. It's been taken over by, I'm guessing, woodpeckers. There's like a bunch of holes in it. And the rest of the tree lives like nothing's happened. It's so fun. All right, my timer just went off. I'm so excited. Let's see what this chicken and dumplings is all about. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I was drooling a little bit, yeah. It does smell like a chicken pot pie, like a really good, or a chicken stew. I made a really good chicken stew a couple years ago with the Swiss chalet gravy. Oh, so good. All right, let's give it a try. Got corn and carrots, there's peas, and I'm hoping potatoes and chicken, but it might be dumplings and chicken, whatever they are, maybe bits of bread, I guess, I don't know. Anyways, bon appetit. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I'm hungry too. All right, I'm gonna go eat and enjoy this beautiful view. See you in a bit. Oh, it's just a little bit after 7 and I'm just sitting here. The sun has finally come out pretty much fully. There's just a couple of teeny tiny clouds, but it is so hot. I just put some more sunscreen on my face because I felt like my face was burning. It's just wonderful. I've got a beautiful, beautiful spot here. Right behind me, it's all like sheltered, right? So it's all kinds of different types of trees and shrubs and bushes, and so there's no wind on me, just the sun, and I'm loving it. I am going to have some dessert today. I had a hard, challenging day. I've had a whole bunch, and I've kind of finished that part. Now I'm like into the relaxing part of the trip a little bit. Still got a lot of paddling to do, so who knows, and who knows what the weather will do, but right now it's beautiful out. I'm gonna make dessert. I've got Backpacker's Pantry dark chocolate cheesecake mix. Here. I've made this a few times on my trips. I really like it. Basically what I'm going to do is take out the package of mix. There's two packages in here. There's a package of crumbs, cookie crumbs, and there's a package of mix. So I take the mix, I pour about half of it into my cup. I add some cold water, as cold as I can get. So it looks like the right amount. You know, it's like making pancakes, right? Like, I don't know if you guys measure exactly, but I just pour the powder in and then I just add water until it gets to the right consistency. It's kind of the same thing. So beat it with a fork for 2 minutes, wait 10 minutes, and then take the package of cookie crumbs and sprinkle it on top and eat it. It's kind of like chocolate mousse with Oreo crumbs on top, but it's really tasty. It hits the spot after a day like today, and it's 2 servings, so I'll split it in half-ish, and that's why I can't, you know, use the exact measurements as well. And then tomorrow or maybe some other trip, I'll eat the other half. So you want it to look something like that when you start out. I just finished putting the water in, and I think that's a good amount. And now I'm gonna mix it for 2 minutes, just like a steady mix, you know, like a mixer almost, like try to whip it. I'm just trying to get all the dried stuff off the sides first and off the bottom. And I'm just gonna mix it up. It won't come off. Best way to clean the dishes. All right, now the crumbs. First I like to give it a little shake, even it out. I'll show you what it looks like. Never did that before. That was a good camera angle. Shake it out, try to kind of even it out a little bit. You know how when you make cakes or whatever, you shake the pan to get the bubbles out? All right, I'm just going to wait my 10 minutes, then put the chocolate crumbs on, and then I'm going to eat it. I cannot wait. Oh, there's my dessert. It's all ready to eat. It looks really yummy. Bye. Oh my gosh, that dessert was so good. I ate it all. It was just the right amount. It was perfect. It just hit the spot. It's 10 to 8. And I have an idea where the sun is setting. And I think I have a pretty good view. Ever since I got back to camp, my hip is starting to be sore again. It's not as sore as it was yesterday, but it's how it started yesterday. So I didn't collect any firewood. There's firewood here, but I don't want to just use firewood. I always contribute. I don't want to just take and not give. And I don't really want to have a fire. There's all the bending over to start it and get up and squatting, and I did enough of that today. I've had a lot of fires for a trip like this. I usually barely ever have a campfire, and I've had quite a few this trip, and I'm not complaining. It's been great. It just kind of worked out that way. But I think tonight I'm just gonna skip it. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna watch this baby go down and see what it does. I'm just sitting here reading my book and enjoying life. Well, it's 8:35 and the sun has just dipped behind the trees. There's not a lot of clouds, so I don't know if I'm gonna get much color or anything, but I'll keep checking back and see. I'm just gonna start getting ready to go into the tent and get into my sleeping bag and probably continue reading there for a bit. Well, it's almost 9 o'clock and I'm gonna get ready for bed. Yesterday at this time I had been in the tent over an hour already. I was not up to snuff yesterday. My hip was really sore and all I wanted to do was lie down. I had a pretty long, challenging day today. I'm actually surprised I'm not in my tent yet, and I see by the video here that I burnt my nose pretty good. I do put 40 sunscreen on in the morning. I guess the sun was extra bright today. Maybe I should, I'll put it in my day pack tomorrow in case I need to reapply it. Tomorrow I'm on the water, hopefully, weather willing. The sky looks beautiful so far. I've got about, I looked on the map a little while ago and I kind of have an idea of where I'd like to camp. I still have like 25 to 27, somewhere around there, kilometers to paddle tomorrow, even with coming up here. So I'm glad that I did that. I said some wrong measurements on the video today. Sorry about that. I think I said it was 5 kilometers to the island, but it wasn't. It was 5 kilometers to here. Good dinner, good dessert. I like that chicken and dumplings. It was pretty tasty. And now the water is calm as can be. And I should just make a run for it, but I don't like to paddle in the dark. So I'm thinking maybe 5 or 6 hours of paddling tomorrow if the conditions are good. If they're not, then I might stop sooner. We'll just see what happens. Good morning. It is 5:25 on Monday, August 2nd. Here's the view here from my campsite at the north end of Willow Island Lake. Very calm and beautiful here, and it's a little chilly this morning. It is 6:15. I am all packed up and ready to go. As you can see, the water is mirror and like glass right now, unlike how it was yesterday, which is why I am up so early. I automatically wake up just before 5 to go to the bathroom, so and I went to bed at 9:30, so I got a good amount of sleep. My hip is really sore and bothering me today, so I'm wondering if it's from the paddling and sitting in the seat. I'm not sure, but I didn't do much else yesterday, so okay, that's not true. I did a bunch of crazy portages, but didn't hurt until the end of the day, so I don't know. Anyways, I'm just gonna throw on my raincoat. There's a lot of mist and fog on the water, and it's really chilly out. I had my thermal on under here, but I thought it'd be better to wear the raincoat and have that protective water shell on, just to keep my clothes dry until the mist goes away and it starts to warm up. Got about 25 to 27 kilometers of paddling today, depending on where I'm gonna stay, and heading towards the northeast side of the East Lady Evelyn Lake. So just at the bottom of where the Lady Evelyn River comes out from Mowat Landing, somewhere in that area is where I'm looking to stay. So I'm gonna get going. I got a day bag packed with all the things I need because I'm only paddling. There's no portaging today, and no water socks on today, just my sandals. So I'm gonna get going. Hopefully it's a great day on the water. All right, it is 6:25 and I am on the water. Just coming around the corner here from my site. And as you can see, the sun is up just a little bit. And that is the way that I am headed. I just wanted to get a shot of the backside of my campsite here. It's just gorgeous. Oh, I got a perfect mirror right now. Off we go. I'm going to have to say goodbye to the sun as I'm going up the channel here, the Lady Evelyn River, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be behind the trees and putting me in shadows for most of the paddle up. Get some merganser. Yep. So cute. Oh, look at all the little babies. About 4 of them, maybe. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful out here this morning. It is a bit chilly, especially with the fog and the mist on the water. It's making it very damp and cold. But look at the conditions I have. Perfect mirror. Absolutely gorgeous out. And I can make it to camp in half the time that I would have in conditions like yesterday, you know, with the wind and the waves. Well, according to the map, that's where the first campsite is on the right. I didn't see much of a campsite, but That's where it's marked, so I'm glad I didn't come up the river thanks to those guys in the fishing boat. Otherwise I might have tried. And I would have been disappointed to camp there over where I got to camp. You can see all the mist and the fog on the water. Beautiful rock cliffs along the sides of the river here. Now, coming up on the right here, there is a campsite. It looks gorgeous. It's a little bit down the map on ways from where it's supposed to be, but this is probably the first campsite. Big rock. Yeah, it looks really pretty. Well, I'm just coming out of the narrow channel. Still says it's the Lady Evelyn River on the map, but this is what has been my views alongside me on my paddle so far. Just all these beautiful rock cliffs and formations all alongside the water. Still super calm and misty and foggy, and not a speedboat in sight yet. Well, I'm just coming into the opening of Sucker Gut Lake, and in a little bit, not very far, is where the split is, where I took the waterway into Frank's Falls, and the water splits like to go either this way or that way, so I'm just about there. There's a bunch of campsites in that area. I'm not sure if any people are out here, so I just thought I'd film the clip here because I don't want to disturb anybody. People are probably still sleeping. It's just going on 7 o'clock. I've been paddling for about half an hour now. Well, just at the opening here at the split, I didn't pass by this side of this island. I paddled the other side of this island. Looks like there's some beautiful campsites here on this one. There was supposed to be one on my right coming up, but I never did see it. And my friend the sun is back in all its glory. Well, it's 20 after 7, and I've just reached my first 5 kilometers of paddling for the day. And I left at almost 6:30. It was 6:25, but then I sat and filmed the cliffs and stuff, so I'm calling it 6:30. So about 10 minutes ahead of schedule on my 5 kilometers per hour, which is a great start to the day. Beautiful view of Maple Mountain back there. And a loon right by my boat. Good morning. And now I am continuing on my way. I'm actually heading into that opening exactly in front of the bow of my boat. Well, good morning. It is 10 after 8 and I just hit my 10K mark. I'm about 20 minutes ahead of schedule. The water is still perfect mirror conditions. It's absolutely gorgeous out. I finally got rid of my raincoat and my long sleeve. The sun kind of tucked behind the trees there for a bit and it was a little cold, but as long as the sun's on me, I'm really good, and it looks like it's going to be a really warm day. Haven't had any speedboats pass so far, but I've passed 3 campsites with speedboats at them. The Ranger Point campsite where I saw Chris and Andrea on the way through had a speedboat there with 2 huge tents and a massive setup. So I'm just a little bit concerned now that when I get to that other end that maybe I'm going to have that situation, but hopefully not. Hopefully that's just too close to the takeout, and anybody who's camping there tonight is kind of on their way out by the time I get there. So I'm just going to keep paddling. Got lots to go still. It's 9 o'clock and I am just passing my 15-kilometer mark. So I have paddled 15 kilometers in 2.5 hours. That is amazing for me. So I'm pretty impressed with that. I still have a ways to go, about 10-ish or so kilometers depending on where I'm camping. Had a bunch of speedboats pass by. All of them were heading towards Sucker Gut, which I thought was funny, which is where I came from. Well, it's 9:30 and I'm just making my way through the Obi Saga Narrows, a little channel in between Lady Evelyn Main Lake and East Lady Evelyn Lake, and still great conditions. Well, the sun's been beating down on my face pretty hard, so I just put my hat on. I had packed it in my day bag just in case I needed it. It's always amazing in the rain or the sun to have a hat with a rim. Helps a lot, and now it's protecting my face a bit. I do have 40 sunscreen on, but my nose, I noticed last night, was pretty burnt, so just thought I should add a little protection there. Well, it's 10 o'clock. I'm kind of veering off course a little bit here. There's an island just before the party island where there's all those, like, I don't know, 7 or 8, or I don't know how many cottages there are. There's a generator. There's an island, and on the opposite side, there's a campsite. I was wondering if maybe this was like a kind of a little hidden remote area away from the speedboats and the cottages. It's only 18 kilometers to get to the access from here, so it will be the perfect place to stop, other than that northeast corner of East Lady Evelyn, where I'm sure there's going to be lots of speedboats whizzing by today. So I thought, you know what, it's not super out of the way for me just to paddle past and take a look. Maybe somebody's camping on it. Maybe there's cottages back here, I don't know. But I'm going to take a peek and see what it's like. And if it's nice, I might stay here. This spot on my map also marks 20 kilometers that I have paddled since I left my campsite this morning. So my arms are getting a little tired, my butt is starting to hurt a bit. And I've been curious about this campsite since I came in. I was looking at it on my way in, but I knew it was too far to get to, so I thought it's not super far out of the way. Might as well take a look. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please click the subscribe button. Also click the bell for notifications. If you'd like to get more information on the stuff I use on my trips, please check out my website at CamperChristina.com. Thanks. Bye.